Blizzard has done it again. With Tracer being added to Stadium, they are following up on what makes Stadium worse. What's up everyone, it's Warhawk, and today we're going to talk about Tracer in Stadium because she was just released. If you think Sombra should be the last hero added to Stadium, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and tell me who you want next in Stadium. Anyways, let's look at her powers, specifically these two. So she drops a pulse bomb when she recalls and can auto-aim 6 bullets that scales with max ammo after she blinks. Why are we talking about these two? Because they are two powers that requires more or less no skill and continues the trend with adding abilities or powers that gives good value without really having to do anything at the same time or being good at the game. And that's exactly what these two powers are. But what if I told you that it's not actually true after all? Remember Soldier in Season 1 that could kill you without having his crosser on you? Or a Juno torpedoes that just deleted you from existence? Or lastly, the busted Kiriko clones? Yeah, they are 3 examples of insanely overpowered builds and powers, but Tracer isn't like that. Firstly, let's talk about the auto-aim one, because personally I hate every single auto-aim in the game. But why is this one so different? So first, let's look at how many bullets are auto-aimed. 6, right? And it scales with max ammo. So without any ammo items, you're literally just shooting 6 bullets. That's nothing. Remember how fast Tracer shoots? And she also shoots 2 pistols, so 3 bullets won't change much. I tried buying a different power in round 1 to try Tracer without auto-aim, and then went with auto-aim with max ammo increased items in round 3. And I'll be honest, I didn't really feel any difference. And going a lot of max ammo early game made me miss out on really good epic items with damage instead of ammo. So you do miss damage by building ammo instead. Not only that, but since this was my first game trying, I also played a lot around and tried to activate the aim assists without really having my crosser on them, and that just made me play worse since I concentrated on that and not my movement. So my early prediction for this power is that it's going to be not that strong, considering you can get some really nice powers for Tracer instead. So it's not going to be that strong, and for lower ranks it's going to be mildly annoying to play against. So now let's talk about the pulse bomb build, because I also think that even though I'm the biggest hater when it comes to casting ults with normal abilities, it's also just a bad power. And I'm not saying we should buff it, I'm not saying that, but again, you miss out on different good powers instead. And we have to remember Pulse Bomb does not deal a lot of damage, and it's even lower when losing effectiveness because you're casting it with recall. Tracer has items that wants to build ability power, but I do not see a reason why someone would build ability power over attack damage. It's like building ability power on Genji. Like, it can be okay, but what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't want ability power, you want 80 HD low, insanely loads of damage. Not ability power, Jesus. So, to close this subject on these two powers, I think they're really well designed because they aren't that good, just a bit annoying, and instead you also just miss out on different better powers to pick. So let's talk about those other powers, with my favorites being Melee Boop, 5% ult charge on melee, and her power that drops a recall for teammates, because they just seem fun. These both seem way better to use and more fun to use, and that's just her whole item and power kit actually in general seems really fun. However, I will say this. I think Tracer in Stadium will be really strong, and she will be stronger the higher we go in the ranks. With that being said, I'm really happy with Tracer's design in Stadium compared to other heroes like Pharah or Zen. If you agree, make sure to like the video and subscribe, and tell me what you like about Stadium in the comments, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.